You know that bone-deep tiredness that comes from agreeing to things you don't want to do? It's not just being tired. It's carrying around all these commitments like rocks in your pockets, getting heavier by the day, while you smile and pretend everything's fine. And underneath it all, you're pissed at them for asking, at yourself for saying yes. Again. But here's what nobody tells you. This isn't about being too nice. It's way more complicated than that. Most people who can't say no learned this trick early, not consciously. It just sort of happened. Maybe you had a parent who only really saw you when you were being helpful, or your house was the kind of place where rocking the boat meant things got ugly fast, so you learned to just go along. Some kids get told they're so mature for their age, while their actual kid needs get brushed aside. The lesson sinks in deep. You matter because of what you do, not because of who you are. So you start saying yes before anyone even finishes asking. You volunteer before they can think you're lazy or difficult. It becomes automatic. What's really happening when you can't say no? It's almost never about the actual favor someone's asking for. It's about what you think will happen if you refuse. Saying no feels dangerous, like you're pushing someone away, like you're proving you're not worth keeping around. And sometimes this fear isn't irrational. Maybe you did set a boundary once and someone punished you for it, gave you the silent treatment, made you feel like shit. But here's the trap. The more you say yes, the more people value you for what you do instead of who you are. Your relationships start feeling transactional. That acceptance you're working so hard for, it stays just out of reach because it only exists when you're saying yes. You're terrified no will cost you love, but yes is costing you yourself. Part of you genuinely wants to help. That's real. But there's another part that's exhausted and desperate for space to just exist without performing all the time. And then comes the guilt. You feel like an asshole for resenting something you agreed to. So you tell yourself you're ungrateful, unreasonable, selfish. Then you feel guilty about feeling guilty. And to make up for all of it, you say yes to the next thing and the next. It's a nightmare cycle that just feeds itself. Your schedule is packed, but you're running on empty. People surround you, but you're lonely in a way that's hard to explain. Everyone leans on you, but you can't lean on anyone, partly because you never let them, and partly because you're not sure they'd show up if you did. You lose track of what you actually want. Your whole identity becomes about what you do for other people. Strip that away, and you're not even sure who's left. The relationships feel hollow because they're one-directional. You're always the giver, never the receiver. And whose fault is that? You've never given anyone the chance to be there for you. First, you need to understand something. You can't earn unconditional love by being available on command. If someone only likes you when you're useful, that's not love. That's using you. Learning to say no doesn't make you selfish. It makes you a person with limits instead of a vending machine that dispenses favors. The first time you say no, it'll feel awful. Your heart will race. You might even feel sick. That guilt, it's not proof you did something wrong. It's proof of how deep this pattern goes. Start with something small. I can't do that. That won't work for me. You don't owe anyone an explanation or an apology for having boundaries. Then watch what happens. Some people will be disappointed. So what? Some will try to guilt you. Now you know what they're really about. And some people, the good ones, will respect it. People who actually care about you want you to have boundaries. They want you healthy and whole, not burned out and resentful. You're not valuable because you're useful. You're valuable because you're a person. Period. Saying no is how you take your life back. You're not responsible for everyone else's feelings. You're allowed to rest without earning it.
You're allowed to need things. You're allowed to just be. You spend forever taking care of everyone else. Try taking care of yourself for once.